Hey guys, I've been asked what makeup must-haves does everybody need in all the different categories, and I've been asked that from a lot of people that are, say, trying to build up their makeup collection and want to know, what certain things do they need. And so I've done one on the face, I'm doing one on eyes, lips, and also all the tools and brushes. So if you don't see me addressing the different makeup tools yet, I'll get to that as well. So right now we're on eyes. I think everybody first off needs some sort of primer. The one that I've been using for a really long time that seems to be lasting me forever is my Mary Kay Signature Eye Primer. I know a lot of people like Urban Decay Primer Potion. I haven't used it yet. When I run out of this, that's what I'm going to get. But I'm just using this up right now, and I mean it works great. It just a primer, what it will do is sort of give your eyeshadow something to kind of, I don't want to say it absorbs it, but it gives it a nice base to where it like kind of neutralizes whatever colors are on your eye and allows the shadow to really pop. So that's something everybody needs, because it's going to take even cheap eyeshadows and make them look a lot more intense than they would look on their own. Next, as far as shadow goes, now I'm going to try to make this really basic for those of you who have asked, what are the bare minimum items that I need. As far as eyeshadow goes, the brand I love is Smashbox. I think it's great. There are so many, of course, other eyeshadows that I have that are just wonderful, but I mean, if you really want to get just like some great quality eyeshadow, I really like Smashbox in general. But I think everybody needs, as far as shades go, you gotta have like a pearly white color. It works as a great highlight, works good all over the lid. This trio that I had, it was actually a limited edition one from Smashbox called Smashing Cocktail Hour, and you can see that pearly kind of white shade that they have. It's just so great. It's just so multi-purpose. And you can just look on like Sephora.com and see, just look through their eyeshadows. They'll have something that's like a white pearly shade that's likely the same kind that I have here, because it's just a good thing to have. Now, low-priced alternative to that is the CoverGirl One Kit Eye Enhancers in Champagne. Okay, you're just going to get that light shimmer, just a nice all over the lid kind of shade. When you really want your eyes to pop, even if you're doing a smoky look, having a lighter shade right in here can really add to the effect. So, because you want contrast, you know what I mean? When you do a smoky eye, dark all over can be fine, but if you really want the darkness to stand out, you want something light that it can go up against. Does that make sense? Okay. And the other thing I think everybody needs is a black shadow. I really like black shadows that have a little bit of sparkle in them. And the high-end one that I use a lot, that I love, is the Makeup Forever Diamond Shadow. And this is the, I like rubbed off the name back there. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the black sparkly one if you're looking for it. And that's what it looks like. It's just, it's not a cream, it is a powder, and I think it's actually coming off more sparkly. Not all those sparkles really even show up. I just like the idea that sparkles are there. I don't know why. But I like that. And then another one that is very comparable to that also is great is Jane Ising's in Clubbing. And that's in this little palette that I have. Actually, it's this one right here. You can see that sparkle. Do the two not look almost identical? Here, let me open them both up for you. Look at this one and that one in the corner. I mean, they're really, really similar. They're both great. They're both really pigmented. But yeah, that sparkly black, what that's good for can be to, if you want to have a smoky outer V, that can be great. Also, using it wet as a liner is a great thing too. Black eyeshadow is very versatile. Don't be scared of that when you see that in the store and think, oh my gosh, I would never wear this. Yes, you would. You can make it as sheer or as strong as you want it to be. It can come off like almost a gray shade if you use it very lightly with the right kind of brush. So just, everybody needs to have that. So I've mentioned a pearly white kind of shade, and I've mentioned sparkly black. So, or just black is fine too. But those two shadows, if you want to get by on a bare minimum, those can work really well for you. Obviously, there are lots of other eyeshadow shades. I mean, I think people should have a plum shade, a brown shade, but you know, I could spend all day talking about that. And I'm sure I will get into, you've seen different reviews that I've done, and I will do more reviews in the future, but I'm just trying to kind of streamline this and make it simple today. So, but I do think people should have, when you're starting out especially, a fun palette of eyeshadow. I've mentioned Claire's eyeshadow palettes that are really fun to experiment with purples and greens and blues and everything. Another great one that I've had for a little while here is my Sephora palette. Wow, it takes up the whole screen. Just you know, have a bunch of different colors to experiment with and have fun with. Give yourself the chance to look into those other, you know, plums and blue and turquoise and things like that. So that's how you kind of realize what you really like, and then you can go out and buy an individual of it in whatever brand you really prefer. So next, I think everybody needs eyeliner. You need a liquid and you need a pencil. For my coloring, I always use black. For blondes, you may use a dark brown or, you know, other colors entirely for a fun look, but I'm just going with, you know, like I said before, there's zillions of eye looks. I'm just trying to simplify this for like what I may do on an everyday. And I like, this is going to be really easy, I like Revlon Color Stay pencil in the black and the liquid in the black as well. And I use the liquid on my top lash line, and then I blend in with the black down below. So really easy. These do stay. I promise they stay. This especially, that liquid, that's not going anywhere until you wash it off. And so those two products, great eye products. And then mascara. Okay, I love mascara. I find myself buying it all the time, and I've got 3 of my best suggestions for you here, and they are all drugstore brand. Excuse me. First one is CoverGirl Fantastic Lash. This happens to be the waterproof version. I'm not specifically recommending the waterproof, it's just what I pulled out because I have it in both. This is a good thickening, this is what the brush looks like. This is a thickening, lengthening, all-purpose, everyday mascara. Really good. Like, you put it handles multiple coats wonderfully. It is a really cute tube. I just love that for every day. If you want a really dramatic look, really, really good length and volume, the Hip mascara, L'Oreal Hip. I don't know if I've heard this talked about a lot on YouTube, but I have on other makeup sites. I have it in full ultimate black. I think they also sell it in blue. But this is what that brush looks like. And this is just wonderful length, wonderful thickness, and it's just another one of those, you know, like these are both great. Whichever one you pick, you would be happy with. And then one that I'd used a while back, and then I'd like stopped using it, forgot about it for a while, and then I went to the store and I was like, I have to try this again because I loved it so much. Double Extend from L'Oreal. This is one of those 2 enders. It's got a primer on one end, and this is the, you know, the other end for your regular mascara. And this is kind of like my, I call this my false lash cop-out mascara, because if I was going to do the false eyelashes and then I decided, I don't feel like it, I'm too lazy to do it, this gives you false eyelash look. Double Extend. Really, really long length. Good thickness. You can kind of control it with how much primer you put on, so keep that in mind. Last thing I think everybody needs is a brow gel. I like the CoverGirl brand. I also like this one from e.l.f. that gives you a lash and a brow, which they can both work interchangeably as far as I'm concerned. But those are the eye products I think everybody needs. Thank you so much for watching, and keep watching my makeup must-haves.